Good evening, Raider baseball fans, and by-district playoff time is here. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the one and only Mr. Jonathan Kaspar. Jonathan, a good atmosphere here tonight. Two great teams facing off each other. The number 2 seed out of District 26 5A, the Smithson Valley Rangers, and the number 3 seed out of District 25 5A, the Rouse Raiders.
Yeah, and as we've seen in the past, these are two of the top districts in the state of Texas, and I do not expect that these two games, possibly three, will leave anybody in doubt that these are two of the best. We're due for some really, really good baseball here.
It's been questionable whether or not we would be able to get this game in. Earlier, it was very foggy and misty here at Ranger Field, and now it's cleared away. We have a great view out beyond the center field fence, the outfield fence. It's a great atmosphere for baseball here at Smithson Valley High School.
Yes, sir. And obviously with that fog and all the moisture in the air, we know it's going to be an extremely muggy night. Don't know how much that ball's going to carry tonight, and that's something that we'll have to keep an eye on as we have a pretty decent-sized field here. First time that we've been part of the Smithson Valley Rangers complex. Beautiful complex here. We got 320 down to the corners, 360 into the power alley, and we'll have to see how this progresses tonight. Not a little bit of a wind blowing out right to left, as best I can tell. Forecast shows a lot of the same, about 15% chance of rain, not really any real threat of rain, and it's going to stay around the low 70s here throughout the game with the high humidity.
So we have the by-district matchups. Jonathan, you want to pull that up?
Yes, sir. So we do see the number 1 seed coming out of 25-5A, Liberty Hill, matching up against Kerrville-Tybee, the number 4 seed out of 26-5A. They were going tonight, obviously at Liberty Hill. No, at Tybee.
Yeah, at Tybee. And then the next two games, if necessary, will be back at Liberty Hill. They're doing a Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
So they're not in action tonight.
Gotcha. They are not. That's what I'm looking at here. All right. And then we do have defending 26-5A champions, Bernie Champion, going against Buda Hayes, the number 4 seed out of 25-5A. They will be going tonight at Champion, 7 o'clock game time. Smithson Valley, obviously, Rouse, we're here at Smithson Valley. That's going to be the 2-3 seed, as Michael mentioned earlier. And then the number 2 seed, 25-5A, Cedar Park versus Piper, the 3 seed out of 26-5A. And they have a neutral site where they're going to be playing game 1 at Bastrop tonight.
Yeah, tonight. So we'll see how that goes. That's what coaches told me, because Texas High School Baseball did not have that listed on their website. So that's where I gleaned my information from, is from them. The interesting thing tomorrow night at Rouse, when the Raiders will host the Rangers at Raider Field, is that Texas High School Baseball is going to be at the game tomorrow night as part of their week tour through Texas.
Very cool.
That will be good to have them on hand. So just a great atmosphere. It's playoff baseball time, and in the playoffs, you're done if you don't move on after this. So whoever gets the 2 games out of this series, they'll move on, and the losers will pack up and wait for next year.
Correct. And as I mentioned or hit on a little bit earlier, we expect to see a great matchup tonight, right, as we would throughout, the playoffs. I mean, ultimately, nobody's really coming into the playoffs not deservedly allowed to be here.
Right.
Everybody's earned that spot. The top 4, especially out of these districts, the 26-5A, 25-5A, are so closely matched. We see, obviously, the Liberty Hill Cedar Park had to go to a 1-game playoff just to determine the number 1 seed, as they both took care of us, in the series during Raider District, and then we turn around and get the 3 seed. Seeing somebody new. For the first time in 4 years, this is the first time the Rouse Raiders will actually play somebody other than New Braunfels Canyon.
Out of District 26-5A. So Rouse finishing the number 3 seed, where the past 3 years they've been the 4 seed. So in 22, the Raiders were a 10-4 co-district champion, a
Yep.
4-way tie for the district championship of District 25 5A. And so the way the seeding fell out, they ended up being the number 4 seed and facing Canyon for a second time.
Yeah,
And
coin flip determined that position, and of course, Coach was more than happy to take the New Braunfels route. As knowing what we had done the previous year, and not really faring as well as he'd had hoped in 22, but did see Georgetown go on to win it all.
So in the 5A top 25 standings, had some changes in it. So the Raiders actually dropped with that sweep of that Cedar Park had against the Raiders. And so we dropped from number 7 to number 13.
13, yes. Yeah. And Grapevine, Bernie Champion right there, as they have been all year long. They saw a little drop to 4-5 there middle of the year, and then when they turned around and swept Smithson Valley to actually claim the number 1 seed, that did see them catapult up back to the top 2 in the state. Liberty Hill right there at 4, Cedar Park 5. Lake Belton, who we played in a non-district game earlier this year, is in number 7. So they've seen a steady climb this year as well. And, Smithson Valley, number 9, and Rouse, number 13. So you have number 9 versus number 13 here tonight.
So, and you see La Jolla Palmview actually moved up to the number 12 spot. And that's where the Raiders faced them in the regional semifinal last year to advance to the regional final versus Bernie Champion. Smithson Valley comes in tonight out of 26-5A, 23-7-0 on the season. They're 12-2 in district. They're the number 2 seed out of 26-5A. Their head coach is Chad Cool. He's in his 19th year with 413 career wins. He's assisted by Alan Lynch, Lane Bowman, and William Wood. Their 2023 record, they're 27-9, 11-3, and regional quarterfinalists. They have 5 returning starters. Your Rouse Raiders, the number 4 seed, or number 3 seed out of 25-5A, comes into tonight 24-8-1. They are 10-4 in district. Their head coach is Chad Crimpine. He is in his 23rd year with 505 career wins. He's assisted by Manny Perez, Dan LaPaglia, and Will Noble. Their 2023 record was 30-12-1. They were 9-5 in District 25-5A, the number 4 seed out of District 25-5A, and a regional finalist, losing 2 out of 3 to Bernie Champion.
Bernie Champion.
It's Bernie Champion
out of 26-5A, lo and behold.
Yeah. And with 7 returning starters. So they're just about ready to get underway. They'll be introducing the lineups here shortly, and we will follow suit. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider baseball. We were fortunate enough, get tongue-tied. We were fortunate enough to get the video rights to stream. Several teams in the area were unable to get those rights. Georgetown, unfortunately, was unable to do that. They were contacting me, and they're like, "How did you manage to get that?" And I'm like, "Well, here's the forms I filled out."
Yes, and you do have to request it, and it's not a given, everybody at home. It's not a foregone conclusion that you will have the rights. We have been lucky enough over the last several years to gain those rights, sometimes by request, other times by virtue of just a demand by our president and such.
A lot of it has to do with NFHS. If NHF has exclusivity, they can broadcast the game, and then you're an audio-only broadcast. So, for your Rouse Raiders, leading off will be number 9, Rainer Heinrich at second base. Batting second will be number 12, Tyler Espinoza in right field. Batting third will be number 8, Oscar Salazar at first base. Batting fourth will be number 10, Landon Miller in center field. Batting fifth will be the catcher, number 14, Xander Forcell. Batting sixth will be the third baseman, number 22, Nathan Miller. Batting seventh will be the designated hitter, number 11, Andrew Sanchez. He will be hitting for the left fielder, number 31, Adrian Graves. Batting eighth will be the shortstop, number 7, Jacob Solis. And rounding out the order will be the starting pitcher for the Raiders tonight, number 6, Gavin Silva. For the Smithson Valley Rangers, Leading off will be the right fielder, number 8, Zach Gingrich. Batting second will be the shortstop, number 3, Blake Allen. Batting third will be the starting pitcher for the Rangers, number 31, MJ Espinoza. Batting fourth will be the catcher, number 36, Bryce Wells. Batting fifth will be the third baseman, number 16, Jackson Harris. Batting sixth will be the designated hitter, number 7, Andrew Lunsford. He will be hitting for the first baseman, number 33, Aiden Verrett. Batting seventh will be number 26, Parker Brown in left field. Batting eighth will be the second baseman, number 12, PK Miller. Batting ninth will be the center fielder, number 5, Jackson Duffy. We're going to take a moment for the national anthem. We want to thank you for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. It's playoff baseball time in Texas as we're set to get underway here at Ranger Field on the campus of Smithson Valley High School. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Mr. Jonathan Kaspar, and we are excited to get this game underway. I've been thinking about it all day long, Jonathan.
Yes, sir, and there's no better time than playoff time in Texas when it comes to baseball. Watching these boys get to extend their season, especially all the seniors that we have, getting an opportunity to come out here, do what they love after the regular season has come to an end, and they are obviously all willing to or ready and wanting to extend this long past by district, regionals, regional finals. They really want to make a deep run for a state crown this year.
Defensively for the Rangers, on the mound, number 31, MJ Espinoza. Behind the plate, number 36, Bryce Wells. At first base, number 33, Aiden Verrett. At second base, number 12, PK Miller. At third base, number 16, Jackson Harris. At short, number 3, Blake Allen. In left field, number 26, Parker Brown. In center field, number 5, Jackson Duffy. And in right field, number 8, Zach Gingrich. Due up for the Raiders in the first, Heinrich, Espinoza, and Salazar.
And defensively for Coach Krimping, not really seeing any differences than what we have seen throughout the year. Offensively, however, we're seeing him revert back to what has been worked so well for him earlier in the year, with the lone exception of the X Factor, keeping his way, moving up the lineup. Now, we did see, again, a little bit of a flip-flop here. Xander did make it as far up as the cleanup spot in the last couple of weeks of games, and now he has flip-flopped Landon Miller and Xander in the 4 and 5 spot. Landon Miller returning back to his normal resting spot of cleanup. And one thing you've said, and one thing that we have seen, Michael, over the years, when playoff time hits, it's a different atmosphere, and the hitting absolutely comes alive, and that is one thing I would love to see happen again this year.
Leading off for Rouse, second baseman number 9.
Rainer Heinrich will make his way to the plate, and we will get this game underway. We want to give shout out to Veronica Arnold checking in. Let's go Raiders. Julie Andrews out of Liberty Hill says, Liberty Hill, go Raiders. And
Very
Christina
nice.
Diaz checking in. Let's go Raiders. Heinrich will pop this one up. It's lifted into left field. That'll be played by Parker Brown, and he'll make the catch, and that'll retire Heinrich. One pitch, one out.
Yeah, and Rayner looking to jump on
Brings up right
the
fielder
pitch
number
early
12,
here
Tyler
and
Espinosa.
see if he can get the offense fired up. And good contact there, just a little under it, and sends a easy pop fly out to left field.
Tyler Espinosa makes his way to the plate with Oscar Salazar on deck. Espinosa winds and deals. Espinosa lays off and will take for a strike.
Yeah, beautiful spot here we've got. And again, the fog is lifting and starting to make it a little bit cleaner and clearer out there.
The 0-1 pitch, this is fouled away, and Espinosa quickly in an 0-2 hole.
Haven't quite seen the scouting report here for MJ Espinosa to really see what we're going to get. Big guy.
The 0-2 pitch, that's down and away for ball one.
You've got the prime spot there, almost right behind home plate there, Michael.
Well, they were kind enough to let us actually set up into the press box. That pitch misses low and outside for ball two, and the count evens up.
Yeah, and after going down 0-2, Tyler showing some really, really good patience here and laying off both of those pitches that were very close.
The 2-2 pitch, that is cut on and hit over towards second. P.K. Miller has it. The throw over to first will be in time, and that will do it for Espinosa for out number two. 4-3 on the putout of Espinosa.
Brings up first baseman number 8.
320 down the lines, 345 down the power alleys, and 360 to straightaway center here at Ranger Field. Oscar Salazar comes to the plate.
Oscar Salazar, the 5A leader in RBIs.
Pitch outside for ball one.
Landon Miller also in that top 10. Did not get to see the end of regular season numbers there.
The 1-0 delivery, that's fouled away for strike one, and the count evens.
Espinosa really challenging Salazar there with that inside fastball. Oscar just barely missing it, sending it straight back.
Espinosa from the windup, and Salazar hits this one out to deep left center, and he will round first and head into second with a stand-up double.
That was absolutely hit on a rope. Left fielder Parker Brown, all he could do was turn and look to get the deflection off of the fence.
Brings up center fielder number 10, Landon Miller.
That'll bring up Landon Miller.
Of course, Oscar not pitching tonight in the normal rotation here. He is normally a game 2 starter. Gavin Silva will be the starting pitcher, as is, again, the norm here throughout the season. Seeing Gavin Silva go first and then Oscar Salazar second.
Espinosa toes in on the rubber from the stretch. Wells gives the sign. Espinosa checks Salazar at second. That pitch outside and high for ball one.
Really liking what I'm seeing here from the home plate umpire, as he has been very consistent to not call that. They've been close. They haven't been offered that by the Raider hitters, but they have definitely been outside.
Porcel on deck. That pitch high for ball two. The chat line is open. Be sure and chime in. Let us know who your favorite team and player is. We'll give them a shout out here on the broadcast. The 2-0 pitch. That's in for a strike.
Yeah, that was beautiful. He just, again, very similar to several of the other pitches, just working that in closer to the corner of the plate and getting a strike call.
One on with 2 outs here in the top of the first. No score as of yet.
Really challenge Landon inside like he did Oscar.
The 2-1. Miller pops this one up and will go out of play. And the count evens up at 2.
And Michael, we have our first Deuces Wild of the afternoon.
Wells will make a trip out to the mound. Michelle S. checking in. Go Raiders, go Squinchito. Okay, we need to know the story behind that. Squinchito.
Okay, he ate a lot of Cheetos growing up, and when he did it, he squinted?
Squinted? Is that Gavin Silva?
I don't know.
So I saw him wearing glasses last night. So then that made me think of Squints Polidorus from the Sandlot, right?
Yes.
Deuce is wild for Landon Miller. Espinoza checks Salazar. They come home, a swing and a miss. And that will do it for the Raider first. They get no runs on one hit. They leave one, and on to the bottom we go.
Yeah, Oscar, good to see Oscar getting the bat rolling, just not having anybody on to enable him to add to that RBI stat line.
Oh, hey, guess what? Squinchito is Osal.
Osal.
Yeah.
Osal's, oh,
Michelle,
man.
I'm assuming Salazar letting us know that that is Oscar's nickname.
I
Thanks for that tidbit of information.
so wish
We
I'd have
definitely
known
need
that
Yeah,
last year.
right, for sure. Julie Andrews, go Jacob Solis. 2026 Canes Southwest Scout Team rocking the playoffs. Defensively for your Raiders, on the mound, number 6, Gavin Silva. Behind the plate, Xander Forcell. At first base, Oscar Salazar. At second base, Rainer Heinrich. At third base, Nathan Miller. It's short, Jacob Solis. In left, Adrian Graves. In center field, Landon Miller. And in right, Tyler Espinoza.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, defensively, not seeing any differences. Adrian Graves really proving himself to be a great spot out in left field defensively. We do see, aside from that, that's about the only place that we've seen any type of rotation throughout the year. Our infield being very solid and always being the same guys game in and game out. About the only change we ever see is when Oscar does make his way to the mound. Nathan Miller rotates over to first, and Gavin Silva, as well as Diego Gayton. We have a few different guys that come in and play third base. So we'll see how that plays out in game 2.
Leading off for the
Rangers, number 8, Zach Gingrich. Gavin Silva on the mound. Gets the sign from Forcell, and to get the bottom half underway, he drops a curveball in for strike 1.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful first pitch strike there from Gavin Silva, getting ahead of the first batter.
That one is fouled back and out of play for strike 2.
And really just wanting to work very quick here. Check swing
and a miss for strike 3.
Does get rung up as they say he went around. That ball was inside and low, just fooling Gingrich into offering and not being able to pull that bat back.
Blake Allen makes his way. And he will take for a strike that breaking ball at the top of the zone. Silva winds and deals another breaking ball, cut on and missed for strike 2.
Just the bottom dropping out. I mean, sitting high above the field as we are here in the press box, very difficult to tell how much movement that was, but, you definitely saw a swing and a miss.
The 0-2 pitch, this is cut on and hit into center field. That'll be a base hit for Blake Allen.
Yeah, just getting enough of that one and finding that hole just past Jacob Solis as he was
MJ Espinoza.
just out of the stretch of his, hit well enough that Jacob was not able to make a play on it. So very good job.
MJ Espinoza comes to the plate for his first at bat of the evening. Silva from the stretch. Breaking ball high for ball 1.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. As we hear, let me guess, another slider from the crowd. And Xander quickly moving to get a towel. Well, again, damp air tonight, very humid, very thick air, which makes what Oscar did earlier that much more impressive, hitting it off the fence at about 350.
The 1-0, a fastball on the outside corner, misses for ball 2.
Double play ball here alive for the Raiders defense.
Allen extends his lead at first. Breaking ball misses high for ball 3. Silva requesting a new ball.
Yeah, just maybe not able to get quite the bite he wants on that breaking pitch.
3-0 the count to Espinoza. He shows bunt and lays off, but will take for a strike. Throw over to first, not in time. Frozen rope from Silva, but Allen not quite that far off the bag.
Not enough. Had a good read on that getting back.
Breaking ball gets the inside corner for strike 2.
Espinoza looking to turn to throw the bat in, thinking he had drawn the walk, and
The payoff pitch, breaking ball outside for ball 4.
of course
And
that
the
time
Rangers have 2 aboard.
Brings up catcher, number 36, Bryce Wells.
Bryce Wells makes his way.
And we do have our courtesy runner in here for the pitcher, MJ Espinoza, and that is number 6, which is
Courtesy runner at first base,
Nick
number 6, Nick Cernahouse.
Kennerhouse. Centerhouse. Cernahouse. There we go. We'll get it.
Yeah, the pronunciation's
The great
right.
thing about being in the press box, we have the announcer here is giving us a correction. So that is Nick Cernahouse. Number 6, coming in as a courtesy runner.
Silva deals a fastball down the middle to Wells for strike 1.
We always do our best to try to get the enunciations correct for those of you at home listening in.
The 0-1 pitch, that's fouled away for strike 2. Jackson Harris on deck.
Don't know that we hit on it. This is a natural
surface
here
except for
at
the
the
halo.
Ranger field.
The
Correct.
halo's
Just,
blue
I mean,
turf.
no different than the Rouse field. So both teams not getting any kind of advantage in that regard.
The 0-2, a pitch down and away as he was trying to get him to chase that curveball for ball 1.
And of course, I say advantage because you do not know what you will get defensively on a hop when you have that grass to dirt transition.
Throw back to second, not in time. And Silva, when he spun, it looked like he may have twisted his ankle just a bit.
Yeah, walking it off, taking a nice long walk around the mound and looking back in and giving a wave to coach, letting him know he's okay. Back again to the natural surface. It's the mound, it's the infield, it's the outfield. We have a true warning track, dirt warning track in the outfield here.
The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, catches him looking for strike 3.
Brings
2
up
away
third baseman, number
for
16,
Jackson Harris. 2 on with 2 out
Harris.
here in the bottom of the first. Harris, the third baseman for the Rangers.
Yeah, and a great pitch there from Gavin Silva, showing no ill effects of the ankle when he spun off the mound to make the throw down to second for the possible pick.
Breaking ball fouled away for strike.
Really going after these Ranger hitters is Gavin Silva. I mean, he has been ahead of every single batter this inning.
Well, with the lone exception of MJ Espinoza.
Oh, that's
That
right.
he had a 3-0 count.
3-0 count. I apologize.
This one's fouled back for strike 2. And Harris quickly in an 0-2 count.
You know, and that 0-2 being up affords him the ability to see if he can get somebody to chase. Being antsy, it's playoffs. The batters are really wanting to be effective and jump on a pitch. And sometimes that can work to the advantage of the pitcher, getting them to chase on something that's low and away. See if he goes after that here, or does he try to pound him inside?
Silva spins off and will
Great play. I was
make
so
a throw
close.
to Heinrich, and that one looked like it had a chance to go into center field to keep Allen on second base. Raiders had their annual baseball banquet last night. It was good to see some familiar faces there. That pitch gets the outside corner, catches Harris looking for out number 3. And the Rangers get no runs on 1 hit. They leave 2 stranded, and on to the second we go. We're scoreless at Smithson Valley.
Yeah, and Gorn, again, has not going to be a broken record here, but you wouldn't expect anything else. You've got 2 quality teams, 2 quality pitchers. They've done extremely well this year for themselves, and, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a really good game.
And we'll do this real quickly. Don't miss the final UIL event of the year, the 2024 State Baseball Tournament, taking place Wednesday, June 5th through Saturday, June 8th. The games will be played at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock, with Conference 4A games taking place at Dishwalk Field at the University of Texas at Austin campus. For schedule, spectator, and ticket information, please visit uiltexas.org/baseball. Again, that's uiltexas.org/baseball. MJ Espinoza back out on the mound for the Rangers. It's kind of a tongue twister. Rangers, Raiders, right?
So, well, I've had to stop myself and think twice. Did I say the right thing there?
Well, we've had that once because we faced Vista Ridge earlier in the season.
Yes, and that was a tournament.
In fact, I believe that was our first.
That was our first broadcast.
Right?
So y'all didn't get to hear half of it because we had our glitch, our main glitch of the year, where we weren't able to stream. Kept dropping.
Yeah, it kept dropping.
Signal.
But we got it figured out though. Sarah checking in. Go Raiders. MJ in from the windup. He'll deal high and inside to Xander Forcell for ball 1.
The X Factor, Xander Forcell.
Factor, as Camino Stapleton so aptly let us know. Fastball down the middle for strike 1, and the count will leave it at 1.
Yeah, again, swinging one of the hottest bats of the season is Xander Forcell.
The 1-1 pitch. And
that's gone.
Hit out deep to right.
Oh, that thick air holding it up.
Gingrich underneath it, and he will make the catch, and that will do it for Forcell.
Just off the bat, just exploded, but that thick air held it up and, retreated almost to warning track power. Was Zach Gingrich.
Nathan Miller will make his way to the plate. Andrew Sanchez on deck. The first pitch offering to Miller gets the outside corner for a strike.
Just enough of the piece of the corner as it was ducking and diving low and away.
The 0-1 pitch. This is popped up, an infield fly. Allen will camp underneath it and make the catch, and that will do it for Miller. 2 quick outs. 5 pitches so far for this inning.
And here's another young man, Andrew Sanchez, that finds himself back into that DH role as he was throughout the entire first half of the season.
Espinoza winds and deals down and away for ball 1.
Had a quick discussion with him before the game. Him and I are on the same page.
He fouls this one away for a strike.
Great young hitter as Andrew Sanchez just found himself a little bit of a slump, if you want to call it that, there middle to the end of the season, and where coach was able to bring in several other players to try to fill that role and find themselves as a DH. And, now Andrew's right back where he started. And, I know coach is really high on what he's able to do with the bat in his hand.
The 1-1 pitch, that's inside and swings and misses for strike 2 on a pitch that was in on the hand.
It was more of a defensive duck that just saw him swing around as he was trying to pull back, but had already committed those hands. And
the 1-2 pitch. That gets the outside corner for strike 3. Catches him looking, and the Raiders go in order in the second. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Rangers in the bottom. Lunsford, Brown, and Miller. We want to take this opportunity for a UIL spot, and we'll be right back with you here in just a moment.
of course, that UIL spot was hitting on the need for officials, and definitely something that, we would love to see a lot more. We've had several games that it's been in doubt whether we were going to actually have officials show up or not. Sometimes being a little bit shorthanded. So anybody out there that's interested in calling games, and it doesn't have to be baseball, it could be any one of the sports, that you're interested in, reach out to the local officials there to see about getting that, and you do get paid. So
Gavin Silva on to pitch the second. Andrew Lunsford makes his way to the plate. Lunsford, the designated hitter for the Rangers.
Andrew Lunsford.
He's hitting for the first baseman, number 33, Aiden Verrett. Silva deals high and inside for ball 1. Silva from the windup. The 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, misses for ball 2.
2 in a row, not quite getting the snap and finish that he had earlier in the first inning.
The 2-0 pitch, that's down and away for ball 3. He almost thought about calling a strike there for a second. You saw his hand go, and then
very close to the final strike call against Andrew Sanchez. That was in a very close spot to that.
The 3-0 pitch, that hits him, but it was ball 4 nonetheless.
No harm, no foul there. I mean, it was whether it was a grazing hit by pitch or a 4-ball walk. Result is the same.
Parker Brown steps into the box for his first at bat of the night. 1 on with no outs here in the bottom of the second. Silva throws over to first, not in time, as Lunsford dives back in safely. The first pitch, that's high and inside as Brown shows bunt and lays off for ball 1.
Yeah, and quickly now seeing Gavin reach back and ask for another ball as he has had multiple misses there high and inside.
Yeah, that's 5 straight balls that he's thrown.
Good thing we're not at Bluebonnet Field. There we go.
There's the breaking ball in as Nathan Miller crashing down the third baseline. That's pitched in for a strike, and that will even things up.
Hey, the change out on the ball seems to help.
I'm surprised they don't have a rosin bag out there. The 1-1 pitch just misses that outside corner for ball 2.
Yeah, and even Xander turned around and said, "Where did that miss, Blue?" He goes, "Yeah." He said he motioned outside. Again, you've got a great look at it from your angle. My angle looked like it was a strike, but
the 2-1. This is fouled away for strike 2, and we're in a 2-2 count.
And that, in most situations, will take away the bunt possibility here from Parker Brown.
A throw over to first, not in time. And Silva's got a great pickoff move, and he throws so hard over there.
Yes, he does, and that's, you love seeing that. having that confidence, not only in just Gavin Silva, but your first baseman, Oscar
The
Salazar.
2-2 pitch. This is hit back up the middle. This could be two.
Patented double play there. Oh, yeah.
And it is a double play. Rainer Heinrich steps on the bag and throws the first. That'll go 4U, 4-3.
That is when you salivate over as a second baseman or an infielder where you're able to receive the ball while your foot is on the bag, and just makes it so much simpler and so much easier. There's zero stress and no need to force a throw down to first base for the double play.
PK Miller comes to the plate, and that will get by Forcell.
Yeah, and actually
to the
up
backstop.
over the head of PK Miller as he is able to duck out of the way.
Jackson Duffy keeping his on-deck fielding percentage at 1,000. One opportunity so far. Swing or ball. I thought he spun around. So
it did. He held up low and inside. Again, inside.
2-0 the count. Pitch, that'll go down the middle for a strike. Nobody on with 2 outs.
Yeah, Gavin keeping Miller on his toes.
The 2-1. This is hit back up the middle. This will be played by Silva. The throw to first in time, and that will do it. 1-3 on the putout of Miller, and the Rangers go in order in the second. On to the third we go. We want to take this opportunity to recognize our double sponsors, Austin Summit Group, Terry McDaniel and Company Investment, and Team Guerrero. Thank you again for your sponsorship of Rouse Raider Baseball during these playoffs. It is greatly appreciated.
Yes, it is. And we know we can't get to this point in the season without your help and assistance, and greatly appreciated. We do thank you.
Due up for the Raiders in the third, Solis, Silva, and Heinrich. That's your 8, 9, and 1 hitters.
Yeah, back around to the top as we are seeing pretty quick innings here on both sides. One runner on for the Raiders in the first, 3 runners on for the Rangers, and but we're basically in the same boat as they will be going 9-1-2 for the Rangers whenever they get up to bat in the bottom of the third.
Right. Jacob Solis walks his way to the plate, batting from the right side. MJ Espinoza.
Yeah, we were able to see the lower part of the lineup do some damage there, middle of the season, and it was very great to see for the Raiders, and love to see Jacob do some of the same here.
Espinoza deals down the middle for strike 1 on a fastball. Solis sporting that number 7 that's been worn by the Francises, the Kaspars.
Yes, sir.
This one is popped up and playable. Verrett will camp underneath it and make the catch for out number 1. That'll go infield fly to the first baseman.
Yeah, we are seeing some, like I said, we are seeing some wind right to left as that did sort of push that ball away from Verrett, but he was able to corral it and get the easy out there on the pop fly.
Gavin Silva steps into the box. MJ Espinoza winds and deals, gets the outside corner for strike 1. He's been calling that pitch all evening.
Yeah, I love to see Gavin in the lineup here hitting for himself at first, something that we didn't see a lot of.
The 0-1, this is fouled back for strike 2.
Gavin can handle the bat fairly well, and getting that opportunity here to help himself out, something that he has not had an opportunity. You love to see that as getting the pitcher an opportunity to get some hits in there and help his cause.
That pitch misses outside for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Silva. Rainer Heinrich on deck. Raiders have been struggling at the plate as of late, and there's due. You know, they're ready for a breakthrough. The 1-2 pitch down and away for ball 2, and that'll even things up.
Yeah, and Espinoza no different here. He's gets ahead 0-2 and really
That's
tries to
Silva.
expand the zone.
You're talking about
Sorry,
the pitcher. I'm
Espinoza
sorry.
pitching. Yes.
Pitching, right, yeah. The 2-2. This is fouled away. The count remains even.
Trying to expand it, trying to get a chase, a swing and a miss here from the batter, and Gavin recognizing that and not offering at those two that are well outside. And they set up again on the outside.
The 2-2 from Espinoza. This is popped up. It's in foul territory. Brett will make the catch, and that will do it for Silva. Rainer Heinrich will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He flew out to left his first time up.
Yeah, and only seen one pitch as the leadoff was Rainer Heinrich. So we'll see if he elects to jump on a pitch that he can handle early, or does he sit back and wait and see what comes to him, and maybe one that he can really drive versus just offering at the first pitch.
Espinoza winds and deals. Changeup down the middle for strike one. The 0-1 pitch, that's high and outside for ball 1.
He looked like he stood up again, like he was ready to make another call there, and it was like, nope. Just kidding.
Tyler Espinoza on deck. The 1-1 pitch. This is
There we
hit out to
go.
left. This will fall in for a base hit. And the Raiders have their second hit of the night and second base runner.
There we
Brings up number
go.
12, Tyler Espinoza.
Tyler, another one of those, was swinging a great bat, bringing himself into the lineup, having missed the first third of the season, and getting him back. We love seeing that, knowing how well he can handle the bat, and his on-base percentage is second to nobody.
Espinoza 0 for 1. He grounded to second his first time up. He'll take for ball 1. He had a 500 on-base percentage. Coach Cripping revealed that last night.
Ah, okay.
Espinoza from the stretch. Espinoza shows bunt, lays off, and will take for a strike. The Espinoza show.
Although spelt a little different.
Yeah, Espinoza. How about that?
There you go.
Oscar Salazar on deck. Throw to first, not in time as Heinrich dives back in safely. Espinoza takes a long look in. Again, he'll go to first. And Heinrich back safely.
Just trying to keep him honest over there, trying to keep him as close as he can with the speed of Rainer Heinrich. I mean, rightfully so. Espinoza knows that doesn't want him getting a good jump.
That pitch down the middle for a strike. 1-2 the count to Espinoza. Espy.
That's right. Love to see Espy hit a shot there to that right center gap that is absolutely massive.
The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for the Raider third. They get no runs on one hit. They leave one. After 2.5, we're still scoreless here at Ranger Field. As Espinoza chases a high fastball. I want to take this opportunity to recognize our triple sponsors, Four Wheel Parts and B2Z Engineering. Thank you so much for your sponsorship of Rouse Raider Baseball. We also want to recognize our home run sponsors. Tumble 22 Cedar Park, Mode Design Company, Oots Environmental, Toyota of Cedar Park, and Mack Hike Ford of Georgetown. We cannot do it, folks, without your valuable and generous support of Rouse Raider Baseball.
as would be expected. No defensive changes here for the Raiders. Gavin Silver returning to the mound.
Due up for the Rangers. Jackson, Duffy, Gingrich, and Allen. Lulu Garcia checking in. Let's go, Raiders. Glad to have Momo listening in tonight. Got to see them. Got to see the whole Diaz clan last night
Awesome.
at the game. Oh, not at the game, but at the bank.
Leading off for the Rangers, center fielder, number 5, Jackson Duffy.
Great seeing them continuing to support the Raiders.
Curveball misses high and inside for ball 1 to Duffy.
Almost getting a piece there was Gavin Silva, as that had a lot of late movement in it.
The 1-0, that is fouled off for strike 1. Zach Gingrich on deck. Or Gingrich. I think it's right.
Gingrich.
Okay.
Yeah, Gingrich.
The 1-1. This is a liner to first. Salazar will make the catch, and that will do it for Duffy.
Brings up right fielder,
Yeah, just
number
a
8,
weak little
Zach
line
Gingrich.
drive there. Oscar Salazar able to charge in on that and make a easy play.
Gingrich 0 for 1 as he comes to the plate. He struck out his first time up to get things underway in the bottom of the first. He will take high for ball 1.
And I believe, I wasn't quite paying 100% attention, but possibly the only lefty in the lineup here for the Rangers.
Yeah, I believe that's right. The 1-0. And speaking of lefties, Coco Correjo checking in. Raider Nation, baby.
Coco,
You got that right, Coco.
Great to hear from you, buddy.
Great to hear from you. That pitch high for ball 3.
Need to send some of that Roadrunner mojo this way.
Correjo at UTSA. Graduated last year. What a stellar playoff he had last year. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 1. 3-1 the count.
Yeah, really
and what
dominating
he did, he came
on the
in
mound.
on Cedar Park when we were down 7-1, and Raiders come back to win that game 9-7. Pitch high and outside for ball 4, and Silva issues his first walk of the evening.
Brings up
And no better
number
team to
3,
do it against. He
Blake
absolutely loved having that opportunity in that moment.
Yeah, he showed up big in that game. That's for sure.
Knowing how it went earlier in the season, too. We won't go into details with that, but not his best outing and really not having much of an opportunity to amend for that until the playoffs. And then he gets that opportunity and comes in and absolutely lights it up. And here
Coach Crimping calling time, and he's going to make a mound visit. But going back to Coco, you know what he did in the playoffs at Canyon, at Cedar Park, at Palmview.
Well, there are those that are just built for the playoffs, and he is definitely one of those guys. And he's been a gamer ever since I can remember, back from the coach pitch days.
Right, yeah. Correjo, a right fielder and a pitcher for the Raiders, as well. One of the 3 lefties that we had in the batting lineup.
Yeah, Coach sorely misses those lefties in the lineup. He really does.
Nolan Harris, Landon Miller, and Coco Correjo. Correjo. Caden Kaspar. Yeah. Who did I say? Landon Miller?
You said
that. Yeah, sorry about that. Caden Kaspar. My bad. Thank you for that correction. Thank you. First pitch in for a strike to Blake Allen. Allen 1 for 1. He singled up the middle his first time up. Ethan Gonzalez checking in. Smithson Valley is legit at Colin Correjo. So a little friendly banter going there. Throw over to first wasn't in time. That pitch high and inside for ball 1, and that will even things up at 1.
Yeah, we definitely recognize them as the 2 seed, and them having the same issue that we did with Bernie Champion. Them, of course, getting to see them in district play.
Pitch down and away for ball 2. 2-1. The count to Allen.
Bernie Champion handling Liberty Hill last year in the by-district round, sweeping them and then taking us to 3 games before handling us. And
Pitch down and away for ball 3.
I believe that was regional finals.
Yeah, it was regional finals. It determined who was going to represent Region 4 at the state tournament. The throw over to first. Not in time. And like us in Cedar Park, Bernie Champion and Smithson Valley met in the regional quarterfinal. The 3-1. That's in for a strike. Just at the top of the zone, and Silva works it back full.
Allen, again, thinking that he had earned himself a free base.
The payoff pitch, that gets, no, he's called that outside. It looked like he was about to call it.
It was a borderline pitch, no doubt. I mean, possibly could have gone either way. I definitely swayed to that being on the outer half and not a strike. So
back-to-back walks for Gavin Silva, and that will bring up NJ Espinoza. He's 0 for 0 with a walk himself.
You can definitely tell we are in Ranger country here with the very vocal crowd.
This pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Breaking ball on the outside corner.
And once again, the double play is very much alive here for the Raiders defense with runners on first and second, not holding anybody on.
1 away with 2 on here in the bottom of the 3rd. This is hit over to short. That's off the glove of Jacob Solis, and the bases are loaded.
That was absolutely nuked at Solis, and he did what he could to just make sure to keep that ball in front, as it looked like it had an opportunity to sneak past him. Once again, Espinoza coming back in, and the courtesy runner, number 6, Nick Cernahouse.
Bryce Wells makes his way to the plate. He was caught looking his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Fastball. This is lifted high into left field. Graves has it. The throw home will not be in time. The throw will catch Allen.
Not before the run is scored. They get the double play.
No man's land, but they get the double play, but a run scores.
Bubbles have made their way into the press box.
A walk came back to get you, as that was the run that scored. And the bubbles are going. Bubbles, 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 bubbles. I feel like I'm in Finding Nemo.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
The Rangers get 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 1. After 3 complete, it's 1-0 Smithson Valley. Due up for the Raiders in the 4th. Salazar, Miller, and Forcell.
You know, I'll tell you what, Bryce Wells just hitting that almost into orbit for that deep enough to tag him up.
We want to recognize our Grand Slam sponsors. Pulley offers Texas construction teams a new take on building permitting. As your expediter, Ashley Knight ensures accurate permit requirements, fewer rounds of comments, and full visibility at every step so you can break ground sooner. Faster permits in Texas, starting today. Energy for Purpose. We perform energy audits for a purpose, stewarding energy use to impact the most vulnerable. Again, thank you to our fine sponsors of your sponsorship of Raider baseball.
Yeah, and saw Ashley in the stands earlier as her youngest son here getting called up here to represent the varsity squad and hoping to see his opportunity to come in. Infielder is Knight there, plays a lot of short for JV and actually swings a great bat as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't come in a
Leading off for
DH spot
number
possibly
2,
later on in the
Oscar
game. First pitch called strike right down the pipe for Oscar Salazar.
Pitch down and away for ball 1. That pitch is fouled back for strike 2.
And you know how close they are, the hitters, whenever they're able to foul a ball straight back like he just did and just barely missing great contact with that pitch.
Salazar 1 for 1. This is hit out towards center.
Uh-oh,
That will go
misplayed.
over Duffy's head and go to the fence. Salazar will round second and hold up.
And he so wanted a triple out of that as coaches, no. Let's hold up a little bit here. You do not want to get that first out at third on pushing with the first batter of the inning, So great job there for holding him up.
Salazar with back-to-back doubles.
Yeah, and that one actually just misplayed in center field
by Jackson
Duffy. He came in on it thinking that he had the opportunity, and it just sailed on him. And that thick air can work both ways. It can hold that high fly ball, but it can also hold up a line drive like that and keep it over.
Landon Miller pops this one up on a bunt, and that will be played by MJ Espinosa.
Not what you wanted to see there. Really getting an opportunity for Landon Miller with his speed to get something down the line and beat that out, and as well as advance Oscar Salazar, but not executing as well as he would have liked there.
That'll bring up Xander Forcell. He's 0 for 1. He flew out to right his first time up.
Got a lot of that ball, though.
Espinosa walks off the mound and will turn around and reset as Forcell waits in the box. From the stretch, and a pitch. That misses low for ball 1.
Home crowd not really liking that call there.
Can't argue with them too much about that.
No, neither can I. As Wells even had to look back at the home plate umpire.
Espinosa checks Salazar at second. He'll deal, and Forcell will foul it away. That will even count at 1.
As I was saying, the X Factor putting a charge into one to right field in his first at bat, getting held up by the air.
1-1. This is hit foul down the right field side and out of the park for strike 2.
And again, just a hair late on that one. Love to see him do the same, but be able to turn on that down the third base line as there's a nice gap there in left field.
The 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball in on the shoulders for ball 2. We're leaving it up at 2. One on with one out with Forcell in a 2-2 count. The pitch. This is hit out to deep right center.
In the gap.
That is to the gap. Salazar will round third and head for home. And Xander Forcell with an RBI double.
And Zan, man, the X Factor doing what he does best as he absolutely just follows Oscar Salazar out to that right center gap to the fence, one hopper, and just swap spots with him. Dawson Snow making his way in.
Yeah, Coach actually put the names on there, on the lineup. Did you notice that?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't see any first names.
Yeah, he did. He had him on there. That pitch misses low for ball one to Nathan Miller. Miller 0 for 1. He popped up to short his first time up.
He had him for the starters, not the
Okay.
not the bench.
Okay.
I was like, he did? Wait,
Did?
yes, he did for the
Starters, yeah.
He did for the
Which
starters,
typically he doesn't
which
put them on there,
normally he
so.
does not do. Yes.
Camino Stapleton checking in. Yes, yes, yes. Bring Squinchito home. The 1-1 pitch. This is hit down to third. Harris has it. The throw to first will go into foul territory.
Oh, and Coach Crimpine is sending Dawson Snow.
Dawson Snow, and he will score.
And Nathan Miller on the errant throw makes it all the way to third as he never skipped a beat rounding first, seeing that ball got well up the first base foul territory.
E5 on Jackson Harris on a bad throw to first that goes into foul territory and down the fence line and allowed Dawson Snow to score and take the lead.
That immediately.
That's one of those things. The things you can't defend are walks. The other things that you can't defend either is errors.
Errors, correct.
And costly errors, and that's a costly error for the Rangers. And,
oh, for sure.
One they would love to have back.
In what we know is going to be a very tight game, has been a tight game up to this point. Smithson Valley breaking the 0-0 tie in the last inning by getting the one run in on the high fly ball, which then turned around and saw them get into a situation with a double play.
They're going to bring in a pinch runner. Trey Schluter will pinch run for Nathan Miller.
Which is interesting here. So we know Nathan Miller does not possess a lot of speed. He always seems to have that trailer connected
all right.
and not able to drop it, but he did a great job there of not slowing himself up and able to get to third. And coach has now decided to come in with Trey Schluter, who does have a lot of speed on the base path. And with only one out, could we possibly see a
Andrew Sanchez
suicide
at the plate? He's 0 for 1. He struck out looking. He will pop this one up into right field. It'll be played by the second baseman.
I would have come
PK
further
Miller.
down that line. He was definitely hoping for Andrew to get a lot of that and really send it deep enough to allow Trey Schluter to tag up and played another run, and not quite there.
Brings up number 7, Jacob.
That'll bring up Jacob Solis. Solis popped up in foul territory his first time up. He's 0 for 1. He will take for a strike down the middle.
Yeah, great pressure-packed pitch right there from Espinoza.
Espinoza toes in. He picks up the sign from Wells. The 0-1 pitch. Check, swing, and a foul for strike 2. And Solis in a quick 0-2 hole. Gavin Silva on deck. Wells sets up on the outside. The 0-2 pitch. This is fouled away, and Espinoza spoils a good pitch on that outside.
Yeah, I actually saw a similar check swing hit that actually won a district championship for a team that happened to drop in right.
The 0-2 pitch, another check swing and a foul.
Happened to drop in shallow right, just over the outstretched arm of a diving second baseman, and played at a winning run of a game. So that was interesting.
Silva helping himself out with his on-deck fielding percentage. So he picks up the foul. Again, the 0-2 pitch. This is fouled away.
And I'll tell you what, Jacob Solis is showing that he is an absolute bulldog there. He is fouling off pitch after pitch and just spoiling, as you mentioned a moment ago, he's absolutely spoiling these great pitches from MJ Espinoza. And
the pitch, that's in the dirt for ball one.
He's got a long road to climb here to try to bring this pitch count full. But if he can get a hold of something that he likes, possibly on the inner half of the plate, and he loves that 5-6 hole there, that would see Trey Schluter score.
And pitch, that is lifted into right field. Gingrich underneath it. He'll make the catch, and that will do it for the Raider fourth. They get 2 runs on 2 hits, and they leave one. After 3.5, it's 2-1 Rouse. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Rangers. Harris, Lunsford, and Brown. We're going to take this opportunity to run another UIL spot.
We'll be right back.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to high school playoff baseball here in Spring Branch, Texas, and on the campus of Smithson Valley High School. This is Ranger Field. Andrew Lunsford makes his way to the plate. He is 0 for 0. He was hit by a pitch on a ball 4.
On a ball 4, yes. Hey, but that doesn't go down as a walk.
Well, that's true. Hell, Silva has 3 of them already. That pitch in for ball 1.
Yeah, again, that high outside.
I'll say, no, it isn't Lunsford, it's Harris. Harris is 0 for 1. He was caught looking back in the first. 2-0. Breaking ball gets the outside corner for strike 1. 2-1.
And of course, with Gavin Silva, that changes the mindset a little bit. Coming in with a lead now. As that ball
2-2.
offering right down the middle has
Fouled
fouled
away.
off.
For some strange reason, our
Let's see, are we
scoreboard keeps swinging a miss for strike 3. And that will do it for Harris. That will bring up Andrew Lunsford.
I'm not looking at the feed scoreboard. I'm just looking at the primary. Has it been
Yeah, it
glitching or?
it glitched out, but it's back.
Okay.
Okay. Lunsford was hit by a pitch.
Great
And
pitch.
he will take for a strike on the outside corner.
Great pitch there. Painting the outer corner with that fastball. Checks. Okay, I'm about to say, are they going to?
He was able to hold up, and that'll even the count at 1. 1-1 pitch. A breaking ball in for strike 2.
Like a changeup right there. Wow,
Yeah,
that
but
just
that
took
broke.
forever
You see
to get there, too. It was like, wow.
Parker Brown on deck. The 1-2 pitch, that is fouled away.
Almost as if he lobbed that last pitch that just floated in for a strike.
1-2 pitch, that'll go to the backstop, and it'll spring back to
Automatic ball return.
Yeah, right.
Something to be mindful. Even the umpire, home plate turns around and goes, what the heck happened there? That ball almost hit me.
2-2, the count to Lunsford.
The concrete backstop here at Ranger Field.
2-2 pitch just misses outside for ball 3, and the count works full. Silva from the windup. The payoff pitch, that is hit foul down the third baseline.
Wow, and Coach Cole not even offering at that ground ball to keep his coach's box fielding percentage alive.
Right. Hey, that's a good stat. We've used that.
We have.
Yeah.
We've seen that they run around and run away and
Mhm.
duck and
Payoff pitch misses outside for ball 4.
Gavin very, very animated on that pitch, really wanting that strike call. And
Parker
I
Brown.
would have to agree with the home plate umpire. I believe that did miss outside. And
That'll bring up Parker Brown. Brown hit into that inning double play his first time up. He's
yeah,
0
the
for 1.
little chopper back up the middle, handled by Rainer Heinrich. Nerner. Oh, and then the same pitch, he just called a strike.
Right. Well, the other one was a little
Wow.
higher and a little more outside. That one was a
So
little low.
close, though.
0-1, the count. That pitch high and inside will back Brown off the plate for ball 1.
And that was the one thing Parker Brown saw a lot of, was getting backed off the plate his first at bat.
1-1 pitch inside for ball 2. A
Late-
breaking ball.
Yeah, late movement, just started out too far inside to really get a piece of the plate there.
Lunsford extends his lead at first. The pitch that is hit to Heinrich. He'll throw to Solis for 1. Throw to first for 2. And another inning-ending double play by Parker Brown.
We call Jacob Shiny Shoes Solis. You see those shiny new
That will
white
go
shoes he's got over there?
4-6, 6-3 on that double play. And in a roundabout way, the Rangers go in order in the 4th.
And honestly, I think the only reason they were able to make that happen is that was such a crisply hit ball.
Right.
That it got on Rainer Heinrich so fast that it enabled him to make the throw to Solis, and it was a bang-bang play as Brown was absolutely motoring up the line and almost beat out that throw from Solis.
Due up for the Raiders, Silva, Heinrich, and Espinosa. We want to take this opportunity to recognize our walk-off sponsor, GPS Legends Baseball. With over 50 years of professional playing experience on staff, we help young men find their direction on and off the field. It's bigger than baseball. And I found Brandy Puffer's book.
You did?
At Barnes & Noble.
Oh, very cool. I knew you were going to go
Or not
look for
Barnes &
that.
Noble, but actually they did. I think they had it in their system, but I didn't find it on shelf. But I did find it on Amazon.
I was going to say Amazon.
Yeah.
Right? You can find everything on Amazon.
Yeah,
Come on.
it's $14.99 if you're interested in that book.
It's always great to see to get the inside of somebody that's been in the game as long as they have and has seen so many.
Well, his book talks
players.
about choices, right? Bad choices. You know, he was playing baseball at the highest levels and had success, and then he made some mistakes and some bad choices. I think is the title of his book was From the Bullpen to the Pen. And
oh, we do have a pinch hitter here, pointed out as we're talking, and this is number 27, Connor Thompson.
Connor Thompson.
Number 27, Connor Thompson.
I totally missed that one. Hitting for Silva.
And he immediately falls to an 0-2 count here on 2 straight pitches from MJ Espinosa.
0-2 to Thompson. Thompson lifts this one high to right. Gingrich underneath it. He'll make the catch, and that will do it for Thompson.
Brings up number 9, Rainer Heinrich.
And that did see him come in for Gavin Silva.
In the 5th. Silva will be back out on the mound. That'll bring up Rainer Heinrich. He's 1 for 2. He has flown out to left and singled. He will take for ball 1.
So seeing a little bit of a different.
That pitch down and away for ball 2. So talking with Coach Crimpina at the banquet last night, he was talking about his hitters. And he said if we're going to be successful, we've got to have Rayner hitting. We've got to have him being successful at the plate.
Correct.
That pitch
I mean, he has been
outside.
an absolute rock as a leadoff for the last 3 years. Has Rayner Heinrich and
Him and Oscar Salazar batting over 400 on the season. That pitch in for a strike from Espinoza.
Yet each of them really just down the stretch, just not being themselves. And
3-1 pitch. This is fouled back and out of play for strike 2, and the count goes full.
but all of that goes to the wayside. Nobody cares about what your batting average was during district play, regardless of how strong of a district it is. I mean, it definitely helps you out.
This one is fouled back out of play.
But right here and right now is when it counts and when it matters the most. And, you don't hit and you find yourself in the same slump or whatever you want to call it, you're going home. And you don't want that. Nobody wants to see that, either side of the field.
Espinoza asked for a fresh ball, and the umpire happy to oblige. Tyler Espinoza on deck. The payoff pitch. This is fouled down the third baseline, and Coach Crimp with his on-deck or coach's box fielding percentage, he hops out of the way.
That was an olé.
Yeah, that was an olé, and he'll take an error on that one.
Oh, my goodness.
Or maybe he just didn't touch it so he wouldn't get
Yeah,
called.
he didn't touch it. That's exactly right.
This one is hit deep in foul territory. This will go into the parking lot.
Yeah, luckily one of the parents out there was paying attention as he's pointing because there's a lot of kids out there running around playing.
This is lifted high to left. Parker Brown will make the catch, and that will do it for Rayner Heinrich. 2 away
Rayner
for Tyler Espinoza.
staying alive in that at bat for quite a long time, just fouling off and fouling off and fouling off, and really reverting back to that pull hitter that we've seen a lot of from him. And this year he's really opened himself up to hitting opposite field, knowing that he wasn't seeing as many inside pitches. And he and I talked about that earlier in the year.
First pitch to Espinoza in for a strike. Espinoza 0 for 2. He is grounded to second and struck out. Oscar Salazar on deck. Espinoza lifts this one into foul territory. And that will just go beyond the outstretched arms of Zach Gingrich.
And he absolutely was all over that. And aside from just laying out, which I know would not have felt great because there's zero grass right where he would have dove, he did everything he could to stretch out there and make a play and almost tipped off the glove.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to get road rash sliding into granite.
Yeah, because
it's granite. It's not field dirt. It's granite.
Correct. That would not feel good on the elbows. And
the 0-2 pitch, that's outside for ball 1.
Or chin if you happen to bounce your chin or face off of that gravel.
That wouldn't be fun at all.
Not at all. Great effort nonetheless.
1-2. This is hit out towards right center. Jackson Duffy not able to get to it. It goes to the fence. Espinoza rounds first and heads into second with a stand-up double.
That's the Espy we love to see right there. And lo and behold, who's now coming up?
Mr. Double himself, Oscar Salazar. He's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles.
We love to see a 3 for 3, a three-peat, a trifecta,
Brings up number 8.
hat trick, whatever you want to call it. This would be the triple-double right here in basketball terms, right?
First pitch offering to Salazar, high and inside for ball 1.
And he's actually done it to the exact same place that Espinoza just hit it to.
1-0. That gets the outside corner for strike one.
Oh, good pitch there. Good call.
Landon Miller on deck. Espinoza deals high and outside for ball two. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. If you're a Smithson Valley fan, we're grateful to have you along with us too. Give us a shout out of your team and your favorite player. This one fouled back for strike two, and we'll mention it on the air. Raider fans, give a shout out for your Raiders. Deuce is wild for Oscar Salazar. Tyler Espinoza at second base. Espinoza will deal. This one is popped up and fouled back out of play. As Espinoza was
off to the races.
Off to the races.
Which if that had landed in the grass anywhere, would have easily seen Espy make his way home with his speed and the jump that he was able to get. They're really not trying to hold him on.
The 2-2 pitch, that is hit foul down the first baseline.
Coach Manny Perez letting us down. I was hoping to see maybe something there, but that was a little chopper over his head.
Right, yeah, no leap.
He at least put his hand up.
Even try to barehand
He
it.
put the hand up and,
Come on,
and showing
Coach.
that he was attempting, right?
And again, this one's fouled back. Bunny Fufu checking in. Go Raiders, go Seniors. Thanks for chiming in, Bunny. Sound like a fun name.
The Bunny or the Fufu, either way.
The 2-2, this is
Wow,
fouled
he
back
is
again.
just.
No matter how this at bat ends up, this has been a quality at bat for Oscar
Quality
Salazar.
at bat here. Oscar is just not wanting to go down and would love to keep that 1,000 batting
We're in a
percentage
2-2
going.
count. He's fouled off another 4, so he's almost at 10 pitches in this at bat. Espinoza shakes off the sign from Wells. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. As he tried to check his swing on a high fastball. And that will do it for the Raiders. They get no runs on one hit. They leave one. After 4.5, it's 2-1 Rouse. On to the bottom we go. We'll take this opportunity for another UIL spot.
And we will be right back after these messages. And as you called, Gavin Silva has made his way back out to the mound here in the bottom of the 5th.
Due up for the Rangers. Miller, Duffy, and Gingrich. Bunny letting us know it's 8K, also known as Meemaw and Papa.
Okay.
All right, Meemaw and Papa. Thanks for watching with us tonight. Great to have y'all along.
And defensively, no adjustments here for the Raiders.
Leading off for the Rangers, second baseman, number 12, P.K. Miller.
P.K. Miller is 0 for 1. He grounded back to Silva, back in the second.
course, Miller representing the number 8 spot in the
Pitch
lineup,
down and away for ball 1.
which would bring the 9-hole Duffy.
Mary checking in. Let's go. Colby May, Rouse, Carter May. Swing and a miss for strike 1, and that will even things up.
Yeah, big swing there. Big cut. Well out ahead of that breaking pitch, that off speed from Gavin Silva. Really mixing it up well tonight.
Breaking ball gets the inside corner for strike 2. Talk about a nasty hook.
Yes, sir. And I'll tell you what, if he wasn't so far off the plate, that easily could have probably hit him.
And catches him looking for strike 3.
Brings up center fielder, number 5, Jackson Duffy.
That's the 5th strikeout on the night for Gavin Silva. Silva winds and delivers a breaking ball down the middle for strike 1. Duffy 0 for 1. He lined out to first, or to third, his first time up. Actually, no, that was the first.
That one just misses high. Over the plate for ball.
Pitch in for a strike.
Yeah, actually was a check swing there that was called a strike regardless of whether he went around or not, which he did not.
The 1-2 pitch, check swing, and he was able to hold up. Zach Gingrich on deck. The 2-2 pitch, that is fouled away.
Bullet sent towards the Raider dugout. Keeping all those guys watching.
Breaking ball just misses outside. Silva thought he had him rung up.
Alexander did what he could to sort of snag that and slide it in, but home plate umpire not having anything to do with that one.
Payoff pitch. Breaking ball catches him looking. That is the 6th strikeout of the night for Gavin Silva.
Brings up number 8.
Yeah, a lot of unhappy Smithson Valley fans with that call.
Zach Gingrich, he's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. And he came around to score. He's the lone run for the Rangers so far on the night. That pitch outside for ball 1.
And the crowd starting to chant something. I couldn't quite make out what that was.
Blake Allen on deck. There's that floating changeup or slider.
Yeah, I tell you what,
that you like to see so much from him.
It's crazy. It's a cool pitch.
That is popped up and will just go foul, or not foul, but over the fence for strike 2.
Yeah, foul.
Aljo checking in. Woo, go Raiders.
Xander actually thought he had an opportunity on that when he first saw it. I mean, it was super high, and then he gave chase and realized that it was even over our heads here in the press box.
Xander sets up on the outside. That pitch will sail high and outside for ball 2. Deuce is wild. Swing and a miss as Silva strikes out the side.
And he is absolutely fired up coming off the mound there, and knowing he is just dialed in that at bat, or that half of the inning. 3 up, 3 down, and really looking very, very good.
After 5 complete, it's 2-1 Rouse. Going into the 6th, due up for the Raiders in the 6th. Landon Miller, Xander Forcell, and Nathan Miller.
And I'd be interested to see what is His pitch count now sits at 82. So in
Who's
no
that,
jeopardy, Silva, in no jeopardy of not making it out for the sixth. With that, obviously, great outing there here in the fifth. So we're likely to see him return in the sixth inning as
They do have some activity going on in the Raider bullpen. That can't tell. That may be Dalton Holbrook. The light pole is in the way.
yeah, it is. And you can't sit there and say, well, he's a lefty, because that won't do you any good.
It is
That
a lefty.
is Holbrook. I did see a double digit. No, that is Carson Henderson.
It's at 13. It's 3. It's Dalton Holbrook.
Yes, sorry. It is Holbrook.
MJ
3-13.
Espinosa back out on the mound. What's his pitch count at, Jonathan?
And he currently is at 84, having completed 5. So,
Yeah.
so very, very similar numbers here on part of each of the pitchers. Through 5 innings, very similar, 82 versus 84 pitch count. 4 strikeouts for Espinosa, 7 strikeouts for Silva, but 4 walks for Silva, and Espinosa has yet to allow a free base runner on the walk. Based off of what I'm seeing on Game Changer, I don't know if you have
that is correct.
otherwise. So yeah, he's very effective.
He's very
Leading off at the top of the sixth.
disciplined. He has no wild pitches. And no walks. That breaking ball in for a strike to Miller. Miller is 0 for 2. He has struck out and popped up. That was played by the pitcher in foul territory down the left field line. Pitch misses for ball 1.
Yeah, that is definitely an at-bat that he will want to amend for here. And
Hallie Tibbetts checking in. The scenery of the field is beautiful. Miller will line this one out to left, and that'll be played by Gingrich for out number 1.
And Gingrich did exactly what he needed to. First step back, that was nuked by Landon Miller, and he did not make the same mistake as his center field counterpart, who came up on one that made it over his head earlier by Oscar Salazar, and he was able to sit back on that and let the ball come to him.
Xander Forcell comes to the plate. He is 1 for 2 with a double and a fly out to right. First pitch offering down and away for ball 1.
Yeah, when you're hitting the ball as well as Xander and Oscar Salazar right now, it looks like it's just a big beach ball coming in at you.
1-0 delivery. This is fouled back out of play. And that'll even things up at 1.
I'll tell you what, that's something we haven't seen in a while from our Raiders. The long ball.
The long ball, yeah, we haven't seen it.
Oscar getting the last couple, I believe.
1-1. Check swing, he lays off. And
Yep.
umpire at first
Agrees.
corroborates his story.
He's just
that
letting
he was
everybody
able
know
to
he
check his
is
swing.
actually paying attention over there. Sometimes you can catch those guys sleeping.
2-1 delivery. This is hit out to left.
Oh, and he falls.
And Brown falls, and that will go to the fence. And Xander Forcell will have another double.
Yeah, and honestly, that ball was going to dive down. He probably would have held him to a single had Brown not slipped. But having slipped, it'll get the ball to the fence and allowed Zanman to stroll in for a double. Well, yeah,
Go
it still counts as a double.
Go Raiders.
And of course,
Fatima
again,
Sanchez saying go Raiders on 3, so she did the countdown, and they're checking in. Go Raiders.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank y'all.
Dawson Snow back in as the courtesy runner for Xander Forcell.
Brings up 22.
Nathan Miller will come to the plate. He has popped up to short and has reached on an error.
Oh, great pitch. Great pitch on the inside. Saw Nathan Miller actually backing off, and in similar fashion to what we saw Gavin Silva do multiple times. He late break that brings that in for a strike.
Andrew Sanchez on deck. The Raiders needing some insurance. That pitch high for ball 1.
Yeah, they definitely won't be resting on just a one-run lead here, as they would love to.
1-1 pitch. This is hit out to left center. And Brown will make the catch. And not deep enough for Snow to advance to third.
Yeah, and even that, Snow taking off, thinking that may have had an opportunity to get into the gap, and Brown doing a great job of getting to that ball and then immediately getting it back in.
2 on with 2 out, or 1 on with 2 outs for Andrew Sanchez. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out to second. That pitch misses low for ball 1. Espinoza comes set. 1-0 pitch. Snow takes off. This is hit out deep.
That's off
to
the
left.
fence or gone.
That could be over the fence. Boom! Boom! Andrew Sanchez.
What did
With
I
a
say?
2-run homer over the left center fence at 3:45.
And that, folks, is what that young man is capable of. He has shown it time and time and again as the Raider boys meet him at home plate, just absolutely fired up with a nuke of a shot. And I don't know that ball ever peaked, as it was just an absolute line drive over the left center field wall. And that now will bring Coach Cole to the mound. And I haven't seen a single person warming up in the bullpen.
Yeah, there's someone getting loose over there now. Raiders take a 3-run lead here in the top of the 6th.
4-1 lead. 2 on.
A 3-run lead.
3-run lead, which makes it 4-1. Yeah, what he said.
That's going to do it for MJ Espinoza. And he's pitched a solid performance on the night. He just gives up a 2-run shot.
Which
to Andrew Sanchez.
Showed him at 95 total pitches. Again, we had hit on it to start this inning, 84, so only 11, or actually 12 now. They updated it. 12 pitch inning here. Did get 2 outs recorded on his part, so he does go 5 2/3, allowing 7 hits, 3 earned runs with 4 strikeouts. And again, 4-1 is the current score here for your Raiders. And that does bring in number...
Going to a lefty. Looks like number 9.
Number 9, and he's telling me, but I got... And that is... Is it number 9? Okay, so Maverick Minister, as we are being told, is the pitcher coming in, but I do not have him on my card here.
Is it up the top?
No, sir. I don't have a number 9. 2, 6, and then 10. So we do not have a number 9.
He may be a JV player they brought up
on our card. So sorry about that, but lucky enough to have
the PA is
the
letting us know that. Yeah, we got insider information up here in the press box. And again, we do want to thank our kind host, Donna, allowing us to sit up here in the press box. And of course, Coach Cole letting us up here.
Yeah, and once again, another really nice, big press box.
Yeah, nice and long.
Everybody's got one except Rouse Raiders. Hey, we've got room enough for 4, which is plenty.
You
but
take that back. Cedar Park, Glen, Rouse, and Vista Ridge all have those little press boxes.
Everybody outside of 25-5A and LISD.
Right.
Now, we're very much appreciative to have a
So what we need
cover over our head at home.
I gotta give some direction here to Fatima. So next time we're up, Fatima, we gotta have you running the Rouse cheer on the broadcast because that launched Andrew Sanchez's ball over the fence.
Yeah, I'm gonna love to have a talk with him at the end of the game.
Well, you had that talk, right?
I called him over.
Right.
Just before I made my way up here. He was sitting in the dugout. I was waiting to see if he'd look up, and I pointed at him. And I told him to come to me, and he sort of points and he looks at himself and looks around. He like me. I'm like, yes, you. And I had the same conversation with him during the Lehman game. If you remember that game, he was a really strong game for him hitting. And so love to see that kid. Great kid, great attitude, always smiling. Love seeing it and absolutely crush that ball.
Minister, lefty going from the stretch. The first pitch, that's inside and low for ball one to Jacob Solis. Solis is 0 for 2. He has popped up to first and flown out to right. Gavin Silva on deck. Solis will foul this one off for strike one.
Love that name, Maverick, right?
I know.
Maverick Minister.
Got to wonder if his parents were Top Gun fans. 1-1 the count to Solis. The 1-1 pitch, that's fouled away for strike two. 1-2 the count.
Of course, in the original, it was Maverick. Did your parents not like you?
Right.
No, that's my call sign. I'm a
right.
naval aviator.
The 1-2 pitch, that's outside. Maverick Minister thought that he had the strikeout.
Yeah, well outside, though. And
2-2.
we've
Deuce
seen
is wild for Solis. That is hit down to first. That'll be played by Verrett, and he'll step on the bag, and that will do it for the Raiders in the sixth. They get 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave them empty. On to the bottom we go. The Raiders leading this one 4-1 here at Smithson Valley.
And I'll tell you what, nobody happier to see Andrew Sanchez succeed than Coach Krimpine, as he's had so much confidence in his bat all year long, and again, shows it, right? We've seen that time and time again where Krimpine has moved a guy, has sat a guy who's been struggling throughout the year, and then one round of the playoffs brings him back into the fold, having the confidence in him, having that feeling that he's due, that he's going to return to form, and maybe that sitting has been able to allow him to sort of rethink and reset and be effective. And, you know, he's done well. I mean, obviously the first 2 at-bats weren't great, almost getting one deep enough to get an RBI in the 3rd inning or 4th inning, I believe it was, and then obviously coming through there.
Due up for the Rangers in the 6th. Blake Allen, MJ Espinoza, and Bryce Wells.
And love seeing the gals get some water out to the field umpires. Again, very humid, very muggy night. Defensively, no adjustments made for the Raiders. As again, we see Gavin Silva return here for the 6th inning.
For the Rangers, shortstop number 3, Blake Allen.
And again, 110 is the max pitch count allowable unless you start a batter with less than that 110.
First pitch to Allen, down and away for ball one. Allen has singled and walked. This is popped up and playable into shallow right field. Tyler Espinoza calls off Rainer Heinrich, and he'll make the catch, and that will do it for Allen as he's retired for the first time tonight.
You know, I was going to say is, you know, yes, he can hit to 110, but if there's any signs of struggle, I don't think Coach Krimpine will waste 1 second going to his bullpen knowing he's got a lot of great arms over there.
Espinoza with a walk and a single. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball for strike one. And that single was hit deep in the hole to Jacob Solis.
Yes,
who tried to
rocket
to play it in, and it went off his body.
Yeah, he
And he was able to
dove. He
reach,
dove,
yeah.
and the crazy thing is, the dirt actually saw it bounce back towards his body.
That pitch misses for ball 1. 1-1 pitch. This is fouled back out of play for strike 2.
Again, as you see, quite frequently on a natural field.
A breaking ball will go to the backstop for ball 2. 2-2. Bryce Wells helping out his on-deck fielding percentage. A catcher by nature himself. The 2-2. Catches him looking for strike 3. That pitch looked to be high and
A
inside,
little bit
right?
high and inside, yes, sir. Again, that late breaking pitch, and it did have late movement on it, and I guess was enough to get the call, even though most of the home.
Bryce Wells will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out to left. This is fouled back for strike 1. Beautiful night here. Definitely a change from what the weather was driving in. Pitch, strike down the middle, and Wells in a quick 0-2 count.
Yeah, I actually had multiple warnings on my Waze app on my way here indicating fog, that we definitely saw more of the closer we got here to the field.
The 0-2 pitch just misses outside. Silva thought that he had the strikeout, but he quickly returns back to the mound. 1-2 the count to Wells. The 1-2 pitch high and outside for ball 2. Deuce is wild for Wells. Breaking ball high and inside. Talk about chin music. Count goes full. Silva with the payoff pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 4. And the Rangers have one on for Jackson Harris.
Jackson Harris.
Harris has struck out twice, once looking, once swinging. He's 0 for 2.
Yeah, now seeing Holbrook make his way back out to the bullpen to warm up again.
Breaking ball in for a strike, which he had Wells in a quick 0-2 hole, and then Wells able to climb back in and draw the walk.
Yeah, not able to reset mentally after he thought he had the strikeout.
That pitch sails high for ball 1, and that will even the count.
Getting a little loose there with multiple pitches.
Pitch by Silva, cut on, a throw to first, not in time.
And not stopping on the hit and run was Wells as he made his way to third with no issues at all. Salih's backhanding that grounder and just double pumping, and that was enough to allow.
And it was deep enough in the hole that he was able to beat the throw out.
Right, and more reason not to double pump, and
Yep.
It could be that he didn't quite have a great grip on the ball, which you don't fault him for that. And he did what he could to make a strong throw over and not in time.
Pitch into Lunsford for a ball. Lunsford has been hit by a pitch and walked. Breaking ball, that's in for.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So just as we've seen a few pitches go our way, that was definitely one that was a beautiful, what looked to be strike, but I guess was considered possibly high or outside or not really sure.
2-0 the count to Lunsford. Yo-yo is Silva feigned to throw to third and spun around and looked back to first. The 2-0. That misses outside for ball 3.
Just one pitch away from getting out of this inning. Ground ball, pop fly, any one of which.
Fastball down the middle for a strike. As Lunsford was taking all the way. Three-one pitch. That will go in the dirt for ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
And, of course, that looks to bring Coach Krimping to the mound. And as he's looking over, and he's already making the motion to bullpen to bring Dalton Holbrook in.
Authorize the first retaliatory air raids on North.
And that will
do it for Gavin Silva. He goes 5 2/3.
Yes, and 5 2/3, allowing 2 hits, 1 run. As of now, no earned runs, 8 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Which number 3, Dalton Holbrook, and returning the favor here as coach has not put the first names on the card for the home PA to make the announcement. And
yeah. So an interesting tidbit that Coach Krimping let out last night. Dalton Holbrook finished district with a 0 ERA.
Oh, wow.
All the property on the bases belongs to Gavin Silva.
And literally 1 out, as I mentioned, away from getting out of this inning. Dalton Holbrook doing a really good job throughout the season, and he's actually come in multiple occurrences where it's only required 1 pitch.
Parker Brown is due up. He is 0 for 2 as he's hit into 2 inning double plays.
Of course, the last time we saw bases loaded for the Rangers, they did plate 1 run on a high fly ball, but that was with only 1 out. That gave a high fly ball to left field that plated 1 run, and then the base runner getting a little bit greedy going to third on the throw in that got caught in a rundown, and Gavin Silva with the speed was able to, I'm sorry, not Gavin Silva. Jacob Solis, who was covering third, was able to run him down and place the tag to get out of that inning with only 1 run, the solo run for the Rangers up to this point.
Yeah, it's like how critical was that deep hit in infield hit by Jackson Harris?
Yeah, great hit, and again, Jacob Solis really not doing anything wrong aside from the double pump. But again, I feel that he probably did that as a result of not having a great handle on the ball. Yeah, and that could have easily seen the ball sail high and wide, and we'd have a run in by now.
Parker Brown 0 for 2 will stand in. Dalton Holbrook on in relief of Gavin Silva on the mound. First pitch, a breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike.
Of course, Holbrook, a lot of life to his breaking pitch, a lot of movement,
Breaking ball misses low for ball one.
Sort of a three-quarter arm slot. Long arms, so it really gets out there. Pretty tall presence on the mound as well, probably sitting at about 6'3".
Breaking ball, slider. Misses for ball two. Two and one the count to Brown. A slider high and inside for ball three.
And with a 3-1 count, 3 straight balls, will he have the green light?
PK Miller on deck. The 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. And a run walks in. Raiders give up 3 walks in this inning. Silva came in and got 2 quick outs. And then the wheels fell off.
Yes, and
that'll bring up PK Miller. Miller is 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded back to the pitcher.
And Holbrook came in several occurrences last year in the playoffs, so he's
a pitch outside for ball one.
And of course, that immediately draws a visit to the mound from Xander Forcell. Just letting Dalton know, hey, buddy, just keep doing what you've been doing all year long. We need one out here. Nice little ground ball, easy pop fly, anything will work.
Holbrook from the stretch. The 1-0 pitch. A slider in for a strike. Miller, the 7th batter of the inning. That's fouled off, and he hits his foot.
Off his foot, too. Ouch. Coach Cole coming over to check on Miller to make sure he's okay, and I think it was just the first few steps is all he needed to be able to do better. And now 2. Eli Barron. I can't quite see.
This was hit foul and out of play.
Carson Henderson. Okay, I'm about to say another lefty. So we've got Carson Henderson and Eli Barron both warming up in the bullpen.
1-2 the count to Miller. 1-2 pitch. That's fouled back out of play.
Miller doing his best Jacob Solis impersonation with spoiling a lot of great pitches here and staying alive.
Jackson Duffy takes a hit on his on-deck fielding percentage as a dude out of the dugout comes out. 1-2. Oh, my goodness. How was that not a strike?
I would say low if I'm guessing based off of what I could see here. It was right over the top of the plate. And
Austin Graham checking in. Wanted to know if we had a score for Georgetown Navarro. We do not. That's fouled back out of play. Or the game with Liberty Hill. That's actually being played out at Tybee. we do not have a score on that contest.
Well, the Liberty Hill game is until tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, it's tomorrow. Liberty
They're
Hill
Friday,
plays tomorrow. They're
Saturday,
Saturday games. So that's right. Deuce is wild for Miller. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Or they got a foul.
Wow.
He just got a piece of it, and it got out of Forsell's glove.
Just absolutely spoiling pitch after pitch. And tell you what, Holbrook is doing an unbelievable job of continuing to throw strike after strike or putting him in close enough for PK Miller to offer.
Holbrook comes set. The 2-2. Strikeout.
There it is.
He struck him out looking, and Miller upset with himself.
Yes, he is. I mean, he has absolutely battled unbelievably well in that at-bat and staying alive and just not offering on that pitch at all.
The Raiders getting out of a bases-loaded jam. They give up a run on a walk, and the run that scored was a walk.
And again, as you said, 3 walks in the inning, and it's hard to defend against walks and errors.
There's no defense against walks, and they can come back to bite you. And 2 of those walks are the runs on the board for the Rangers.
Oh, and Kenny has not made the adjustment in Game Changer to bring Holbrook in, and I believe Gavin Silva left at 96 pitches.
Right.
So that means there was a total of hang on, it's still counting. What the heck?
Yeah, that is a good question. You know, you might be able to go pull up the web stream, Jonathan, for the live stream and check Georgetown. They're on the SHN network.
Well, but you said they weren't able to broadcast, right?
No, they can do audio only.
Oh,
they
audio
can't
only.
do streaming.
I got you, yes.
So we'll see if we
Which
can
I
get that
didn't.
Georgetown.
I didn't have that pop up on because I'm on with Georgetown as well. They are not streaming either.
So I
Wow.
guess they are opting not to do audio only.
We are the only game that is currently showing in SHN, and there we go. Okay, he has made the adjustment. It shows that Gavin Silva had 108 total pitches for his 5 2/3. I apologize. Now 103. He's making the adjustments.
Okay.
Changes. Dalton Holbrook 14 pitches.
Maverick Minister back out on the mound to pitch the 7th. Due up for the Raiders in the 7th. We'll see who he brings in.
I believe
it looks like that is going to be Jordan Comorn.
Comorn, yes.
Leading off, top of the 7th, pinch hitter, number 34, Jordan Comorn.
Comorn pinch hitting for Gavin Silva.
Or actually, Dalton Holbrook.
Dalton Holbrook, yeah.
Since
that
Dalton came into that
Silva.
position. So Comorn getting some time earlier this year against Lake Belton.
The pitch in for a strike. Comorn, Heinrich, and Espinoza due up in this inning.
So we've seen Gavin Silva hit for himself. Connor Thompson come in.
Minister from the stretch. This is popped up. Could be playable. And that is
the wind.
The wind caught it and blew it back in, and Barrett not able to make the catch. He overran it.
He did, and then he was in the dirt, and immediately when he tried to make the cut, his feet were slipping, and there was no way he could get back to that ball. So Jordan Comorn stays alive here to see if he can't.
That Georgetown-Austin Navarro game is being broadcast by NFHS and is behind a paywall. Minister From the stretch, he deals. This one's hit back up the middle. It'll be played by Miller. It'll be booted off of his foot, and Comorn will reach on the error. E4 on the error.
Brings up number 9. Rainer
Yeah, and
Heinrich.
P.K. Miller still probably reeling from his last at bat. Not able to handle that ball that was down in the dirt. And we now have,
Did somebody say Barone? Did you say Barone?
I said Barone was, Eli was
Getting loose?
warming up.
Warming
yeah,
up,
was
yeah.
getting loose,
Yeah,
correct.
Rob McKenzie was correcting us, saying not Barron, but Barone.
I did say Barron, and I apologize. I knew it was Barone.
Yeah,
Right?
Eli,
Oh, wait.
go Raiders.
Yeah,
so.
Barone, right?
Yeah,
Not Barron.
Barone. It is Barone.
Yes, and I thought, I knew that. Sorry.
Rainer Heinrich is 1 for 2. He has flown out to left twice and singled. And he will take for a pitch that looked a little bit low.
I mean, yeah. Dawson Snow is in for Jordan Comorn. So he's been the courtesy runner.
Minister from the stretch. He will throw over to first, and that will not be in time as Snow back in. 0-1, the count to Heinrich.
And of course, Snow being 100% positive, foot and bag on, or foot and hand on bag at all times.
That pitch misses
That-
outside for a ball.
Again, looked really good there, so maybe possibly a makeup call for the last strike call. So he's
Meanwhile, Pawpaw checking in. Keep it going, Raiders. Wells gives the sign. The 1-1 pitch. That's high and outside for ball 2. You can feel the stadium rocking on the
Yes, you
bleachers. It
can.
rocks the press box. It does have some movement up here, that's for sure. 2-1 the count to Heinrich. Snow extends his lead at first.
That's attributed to the huge following here, as you would expect for Smithson Valley.
Throw home. That's in the dirt for ball 3.
They have filled
Tyler Espinoza
easily.
on deck.
They have easily filled 2/3 of these stands, as Smithson Valley.
Three-one pitch. That's high and outside. Ooh. Well, he called that a strike.
High and outside would be accurate, but not to home plate umpire. Or he said it was not too high and not too outside to be called a strike.
The payoff pitch.
And
that is launched deep over the left
for
field
giving me
fence.
one more pitch.
Rainer
umpire.
Heinrich
Wow.
has just homered.
Another 2-run dinger. And what did I say?
What?
It's like they absolutely have woke up the bats.
A 2-run moonshot over the left field fence.
Andrew Sanchez being the biggest rallier there for Rainer Heinrich as they have exchanged 2-run bombs.
Raiders with 2 home runs in this game. Two-run home runs.
Brings up number
Yes,
12,
sir, in
Tyler
back-to-back
Espinoza.
innings.
And that will bring up Tyler Espinoza.
We did see Tyler get on last inning.
Espinoza will foul this one back for strike 1.
He has reached on that previously this year, laying that bunt down the first base line and just outrunning the first baseman to the ball.
That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 2.
And with some zip on it, too. You could hear it pop that glove all the way up here.
0-2 the count to Espinoza. Oscar Salazar on deck. Minister steps off and will reset. He wants to run through the signs again from Wells. He's asking Wells to come to the mound.
Tyler going to see about talking to Coach. Coach waves him off, says, no, we're good.
Nobody on with no outs here in the top of the 7th.
He said, do you, kid?
Maverick Minister toes in on the rubber. The 0-2 pitch to Espinoza. He'll foul this one back and out of play.
Staying alive on an 0-2 count.
The 0-2 pitch. That's in for a strike and catches Espinoza looking for out number 1.
Brings up
That'll
number 8.
bring up Oscar Salazar. Salazar has doubled twice. He's scored once and has struck out.
Yeah, we're seeing the hitters confused on both sides, just not really knowing what to expect out of those outside pitches, whether they're going to be called a strike or a ball.
Salazar lines this one down to third. It's played by Harris. The throw to first will be in time. That was smoked third base.
And he got a glove on there, and once he knocked it down, he knew with his arm that he had no problems being able to
Landon Miller.
2
throw
away
it down.
for
Yeah.
Landon Miller.
Yeah.
Miller is 0 for 3 on the night. He has struck out. He has popped up to the pitcher and has flown out to right.
Yeah, this is definitely another batter that we'd love to see get going here for.
Yeah, have a breakout. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and away.
And you could tell he's just so eager to do that he seems to be just over swinging a hint, not much, but, just leaving off balance with that. He swung so hard.
Minister from the stretch, the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss
And
for strike 2. And again, he goes after a ball that was nearly in the dirt.
He just so wants to contribute to the offense for the Raiders that he's getting outside of himself and not really staying focused and staying disciplined. And
the 0-2 pitch, that's high and outside for ball 1.
Knowing how strong he is and just even a 3/4 swing from him can drive the ball a long way.
1-2 pitch. It's fouled into the glove for strike 3. And that will do it for the Raiders' 7th. They get 2 runs on 1 hit, and they leave them empty. After 6.5, it's Rouse 6.
Rangers 2. And now we have Nathan Miller has made his way to the mound. Gavin Silva, no. That is now Diego Gayton has made his way to third base. And Jacob Slees, Rainer Heinrich, Oscar, Landon, Tyler. Okay, everybody else is the same defensively. We have Diego Gayton making his way into play third base in replacement of Nathan Miller. Nathan Miller makes his way to the mound in replacement of Dalton Holbrook, who replaced Gavin Silva. Yeah, many opportunities here, and let them know. So defensively, we just were informed in the last inning, MJ Espinosa, after leaving the game at pitcher, moved to first base.
Oh, I did not catch that.
In placement of Verrett, and neither did I, and we misspoke there as Verrett had corralled everything that was hit foul, and that foul ball not able to be played by Espinosa in the last inning.
That pitch in for a strike. to Jackson Duffy.
And everybody at home, do not go for popcorn, as Nathan Miller works extremely fast on the mound. And immediately, just like
Come
that,
on and missed for strike 2.
just like
Duffy
that,
in an 0-2 hole.
10
Zach
seconds.
Gingrich on deck.
Sorry, Mike.
No worries.
That was like 10, 15 seconds. We've already got two pitches.
The 0-2, swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for Duffy. Smithson Valley down to their last 2 outs as Zach Gingrich will come to the
Right
plate.
fielder number 8, Zach Gingrich.
He has struck out twice and has walked and has scored. Miller from the windup, a breaking ball.
Low.
Misses low for ball 1.
Yeah, hard to see that, but I've got just enough of an angle here to see where Xander was able to catch that ball at, and it was low.
The 1-0 pitch, a fastball, that's in the dirt for ball 2.
Yeah, it's funny, Nathan. Well, you'll see him do the little double leg kick or that pause, at the top before he completes the delivery, just trying to throw off the batter, keep the timing off.
The 2-0 pitch is cut on and missed for strike 1.
And of course,
Count goes 2-1.
He works so quickly in his windup and in his delivery that you got to make sure he comes to a pause and comes set.
The 2-1, that's high and outside for ball 3.
That was actually a strike call.
Oh,
on
did he
the
call that?
outer half of the plate. Yeah, he did.
He did call that?
He did pause and turn and call that a strike for now a 2-2 count.
Wow. A slider inside for ball 3, and the count goes full.
Good thing I was actually watching because I almost
Blake
looked
Allen
away
on
too.
deck. All right. The payoff pitch, that is hit down to Oscar Salazar at first. He'll lob over to Nathan Miller, and he'll step on the bag. And that will do it for Gingrich. That will go 3-1
Blake Allen.
on the put out of Gingrich.
And I'll tell you
Gingrich,
what, Nathan
and that'll
Miller
bring up Blake Allen.
Nathan Miller being very alert there.
Rangers down to their final out. Allen has singled, walked, and flown out to right, and he'll lob that ball back to the X Factor and ask for a new ball.
Yeah, having hit the ground there, a little damp. And they do have a rosin bag back there.
They do. Gavin was using it quite a bit. First pitch, swing and a miss from Allen. MJ Espinoza on deck. That is chopped back up the middle. Nathan will play it to first in time, and that will do it. And the Rouse Raiders have taken game 1 of the best of 3 series here at Smithson Valley. That will go 1-3 on the put out of Allen. And tomorrow night we will be back at Raider Field in Leander for a home game.
Yes, sir, we will. Same time, 7 o'clock, 6:45 broadcast start time, barring any unforeseen whatever.
Right.
I don't want to jinx anything by specifying what that could be, so we'll leave it at that. And, great game here, great first game in the playoffs here for the bi-district round, and we'll see where we go from here.
Let's see if we can pull up on the website there for Texas High School Baseball. They may have some scores across the state. Go to their homepage. Yeah, so click on that THSB up at the top, up here.
Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah, and so we can go to their homepage and see if they have a state scoreboard. X on that.
All right, so let's see.
I'm
That's
not seeing it. Last year they actually had some scores, by district scores,
schedule, I see.
but it's just schedule. So
yeah,
unfortunately, we don't have any updates for y'all tonight, but we'll have those scores tomorrow in the broadcast. Of course, you can look those scores up later on this evening. They're usually posted on Texas High School Baseball website. If you go and look at the by district schedules, they'll have them listed on game by game, or you can go to your team's district and you can look, and they'll have it posted there as well. So, Jonathan, if you go over the final numbers.
Yeah, and again, Gavin Silva is your winning pitcher tonight, going 5 2/3. Dalton Holbert coming in to finish the 6th inning for his 1 out, getting 1 strikeout and 1 walk, so keeping things interesting with the walk-in run. That was actually as a result of somebody on base by Gavin Silva. And then Nathan Miller closing it out for the win, going 1 inning, 1 strikeout, no walks. We did see the Raider offense come in with 31 at-bats and plate appearances, getting 8 hits, 5 RBIs, 6 strikeouts against, and once again, as we mentioned, no walks issued by the Ranger pitching staff. Great pitching job by them.
Yeah, a lot of discipline on the mound by the Ranger pitching staff. No wild pitches, no walks.
Yeah, and Holbrook doing 14 pitches in his 3rd inning of work, and Nathan Miller needing only 11 pitches in that full inning, as he was able to get 2 strikeouts very quick, or 2 outs, should I say, very quick. And then the strikeout being the second or first batter, and then the final out there, ground out for the second out, and then the 3rd out to finish the game. So love to see some of the bats come alive here that we've talked about, and
seeing the long ball.
And the long ball, hey,
right,
Kaspar. I was there. I was like, man, we haven't seen it in a while, Michael. We haven't seen it in a while, and we get blessed with 2 tonight.
Right.
One off the bat, well, both off the bats of guys that have struggled a bit here down the stretch.
Right. Yeah.
Andrew Sanchez really not even being in the lineup here for the second half of the season, and him returning again, only going 1 for 3, but wow. The one was an absolute nuke. And then Rainer Heinrich, also not having batted very well down the stretch, he actually had what he thought was ball 4, was ready to take his base. Home plate umpire said, no, wait a second, son. Come back. That was a strike. And the next pitch, he absolutely annihilates into the sky over the
left field
scoreboard is what I was trying to say. So
unfortunately, I couldn't see it that well because the glare off the glass. Jonathan actually has the open window. I've got a window in front of me, and they turned the lights on, which then I had the glare, and so it was hard for me
that thing, when
to see it. So
it easily went 350 feet high and 350 feet out.
Yeah, so a lot of good positives from this game. You as you mentioned, Rainer and Andrew, highlights of this game tonight.
Very much so. Very much so.
So be with us again tomorrow night. We will get that link here up just in a little bit, and we will have that ready for you tomorrow. We will be on at 6:45. May try to get on a little bit earlier if we have some updates and scores from the state playoffs, and we'll go over those things. And of course, we'll rehash tonight's game as well. So for Jonathan Kaspar, I'm Michael Francis. Thank you for tuning in and watching Rouse